Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Malaria Warrior Group. What we are trying to do is to show how we can break the transmission of malaria and also demonstrate malaria elimination and make Palawan indigenous malaria free towards contributing to malaria-free Philippines. So we have our facilitator, Dr. De La Cruz Hill, who is a seasoned malariologist, and we have our volunteers, our friends, who represent each agent or vector, different stages in the malaria cycle. And we will also talk about the interventions at different levels. So, Dr. Gay, over to you, Dr. Hill.
Thank you, Bayo. We will now have the review of malaria life cycle to understand elimination, and so we can eliminate the malaria in every malaria focus. First, we start with the person with malaria with gametocytes. These gametocytes will be taken by the mosquito, and the malaria parasite develops inside the gut. Later on, it will develop sporozoites, and these sporozoites migrate to the proboscis of the mosquito, which will be injected to the next person that it will bite. It is called sporogenesis. This mosquito will bite the person, and the sporozoites will invade liver cells. In liver cells, they will multiply and develop. Some sporozoites will stay dormant, and it is called hypnozoites, particularly in Vivax and malaria. After 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days, the sporozoites, the merozoites will be released from the liver cells and invade the blood. This invasion of red blood cells goes on, and malaria parasite multiplies inside the red blood cells. After 3 to 4 days, or 24 to 48 to 72 hours, the blood cells will burst, releasing chemicals that will produce symptoms. And from the liver to the development of symptoms, it's the incubation period, which is around 10 to 14 days. After several cycles of invasion and reinvasion, gametogenesis develops. And now the parasites have gametocytes, which can be taken by the mosquito vector to infect another person. After repeated infection, maybe years of infection, the symptoms will disappear, and the person will have gametocytes but no symptoms. This is called malaria carrier. From initial infection with gametocyte throughout the whole life cycle and production of gametocyte, this is called incubation period interval. So, 10 days here, plus another 10 days here, and another 10 days here, you'll have 30 days. That means the parasite from one person to the next person will take around 30 days. What is its relevance? So, if a malaria focus have malaria every month, then that means there is active infection, active transmission, and you need to focus on that area to eliminate malaria. To eliminate malaria, we have our interventions. We have vector control, which consisted of LLIN and indoor residual spraying. This will affect malaria inside the mosquito vector. You can have an exit. Listen. Another control method is case detection and management. So we get the symptomatic through passive case detection. Then we will be able to detect and eliminate the parasite in the blood and with symptoms and the lymphocytes. Then what we have left is malaria parasites in the liver during incubation period and in trypanosomes. But we don't have any activity against this because there is no symptoms, there is no test that will detect malaria in the liver that are in lymphocyte stage and in incubation period. So if we leave this in the community, the life cycle will continue and repopulate the other pool of parasites. We also cannot see these people with gametocytes but with no symptoms because they don't come to us for treatment. There's no reason for them to consult the health service. So what are we going to do with this? Well, we can do mass blood survey to eliminate and treat people with gametocytes but without symptoms. So we can remove this from malaria pool. How about the initial infection? We should have treated them before they can transfer malaria parasite. Okay, thank you. How about this one? For malaria in the liver, we have to do active case detection after 2 weeks or after the incubation period. So this person will have symptoms and PCD will be able, or active case detection will be able to detect that. So thank you, we will eliminate that. The last thing left is the hypnosoids. We don't know where they are. We don't have test for this, and we will just wait until this emerges from the liver and have symptoms, and we can do that with surveillance. We have to continue surveillance, so for 1, 2, 3, 5 years, so we are sure there's no more hypnosoid in the area. Once we were eliminated this, then we'll have malaria-free area, or the elimination in that area is successful. So we have now discussed how can we eliminate the parasite in the area through understanding the stages of life cycle and the control methods in each stage of life cycle. We have to find the cases before they develop gametocytes. So we have to come back every 2 weeks so that those in the liver stage will have emerged and develop symptoms, and we can detect that through our test and our system. And thank you, and that's malaria elimination through the life cycle understanding.
Thank you very much. Surely with this audio-visual method of training, we will be able to sing Malaria-Free Philippines very soon. Thank you so much, Dr. Hill de la Cruz, for your facilitation. Thank you, and God bless.